All right, we are live right now. Hi guys. Very lucky to have my mentor here today, Melvin Soh from Method. All right, so as you guys know that, even though I'm very familiar with e-commerce, when it comes to coaching, right, Melvin is somebody that I really look up to. All right, he's somebody that I really take advice from, and he's also my personal mentor. Right, I look up a lot to him. All right, so today we are very fortunate to have Melvin. And all right, Melvin, can you share with us a little bit more about yourself so that our audience will get to know more about you?
Awesome. So I think a lot of folks say I'm the mentor, they look up to me, which is kind of cool. But the interesting thing is everything I'm about to share with you guys watching today is born out of struggle. It's born out of a lot of struggle. Back in 2008. So every time I grew up, I was a little bit of a rebel when I was in school. I was a rebel. I didn't exactly follow the rules, but I always say that the teachers kind of expel me because I'm also the top student. But I never enjoyed school, so this is not like how smart I am. I never enjoyed school. I never quite enjoyed following the rules. When I was growing up, I was always a rebel, but a rebel without a cause, which means I'll just break the rules and people ask me, so what do you want to do? Then I cannot answer the question. I just know what I don't want to do, which is to follow the rules and basically do what the system wanted. So in 2008, I decided to do the most rebellious thing ever, which is to drop out university. Then my mom asked me, so what do you want to do? I said, don't worry, I'll be rich. Because I've been reading a lot of biographies and all the rich people from university all appear to drop out of school. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, etc. I said, you know what? I'll drop out of school. I'll start my $1 million business. Like I read inside the biographies. Unfortunately, I think I missed a lot. There are a lot of thoughts that people have when they are 20, and most of them are very stupid. So this was a very stupid thought because I never thought through the plan. There's nothing wrong with starting a business. I never thought through the plan. I didn't have the skills. I didn't have the know-how. I didn't have a product. I didn't have nothing, right? Except just like, all right, I quit. And what proceeded on, needless to say, when you have no idea what you're doing, is years and years and years of struggle. What proceeded on was about 7 to 8 years of struggle. I was close to 27 years old and still making about $800 a month. And my mom asked me to be a dishwasher. I stayed at Bukit Batok in Singapore at the point of time. Near Bukit Batok was West Mall. Second floor of West Mall was a Chinese restaurant called Maim Restaurant. They put a sign out one day, it said dishwasher, $1,600, 5 days, 5.5 days work, and also free lunch and dinner. Then my mom said, hey, why not consider you already stay at home, your business not making money, you still can go and make some money.
Yeah.
And it was a tough time. It was only until I found my own mentor, Marshall, and many other people, and I started to apply the things that they taught me, that all of a sudden everything started to click. In the last 7 years, I've generated, in terms of sales, more, close to, if not more than $30 million on Zoom, online, stage, over the phone, etc. Just for everyone watching, not all 30 million go in my bank account. People, partners, etc. But I've made quite a very decent sum of money for myself, and in some way, I feel I kind of deserve it. It's been a very long journey, and I deserve it. I deserve every bit of success I have right now.
Yeah. Wow, but the journey is really tough. What makes you have that tenacity to keep going on and on?
Okay,
it's something that a lot of people they can endure.
A lot of folks ask me that question, and I wish I have a motivational answer. A lot of people want me to say things like, hey man, it's inner drive and motivation, believe in the vision. No, John, it's not that shit. It was hunger hunger, because I went to a school in Singapore. It's pretty good, called at that point in time called Chinese Science, now called Hwa Chong. I went to JC, and I was a very good student in both of these. But you must understand, in our Singapore system, an A-level degree gets you nothing. You get nothing with an A-level degree. So I just dropped out of university, okay? Even though I had excellent grades, I could go to Harvard, Canford, Cambridge, etc. But the moment I dropped out, I didn't have a uni degree. I didn't have an A-level degree. The only thing I had was a secondary school degree from, when was that, 2000 to 2004? Bro, that was the only thing I had. Like, what can I do? Right? So it was really just desperation. It was desperation. It was hunger, starvation, just wanting a better life, and just saying, shit, man, I've committed to this. This has not happened. I need to find a way. So by the way, for everyone watching, I do not advocate this at all. There is a fantasy. I hold a lot of talks these days and share. And there is a common motivational saying that says, what, jump off the cliff or take a leap of faith and you build a parachute on the way down. That is fucking stupid advice. No, if you don't have a parachute before or have any idea how to build a parachute, you will not figure out how to build a parachute before you hit the ground. That was what I did. That was a dumb idea. So there are at least a few thousand people who don't make it at all. So please don't do that. Find a mentor, know what to do, have a plan, have someone to coach you before you do drastic moves like quit your job and stuff like that. or else you're going to be in a lot of struggle and a lot of pain. So please don't do that.
So throughout your journey, right, you have been discovering like what kind of business to start, right? So how do you eventually discover this niche that is actually very profit making for you? Can you share all this a little bit more? Yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting in terms of discovering a niche. At the start, I had no idea what I was good at. So I tried just about everything, right? I tried e-commerce. So I did this stuff on eBay. I sold ebooks. I was a copywriter. I was a marketer. I taught kids. I was doing anything that could possibly get me money at that point of time because I really needed it. And along the way, I think a niche is an interesting combination of a few things. Number one, a niche is an interesting combination of your personal talents and skills. As I was doing a whole bunch of things, I realized I had no talent in some things and a lot of talent in other things. I started to realize, hey, in this area, I seem to enjoy it. People seem to want to invite me back. And I seem to be really good at it. And that was teaching and coaching and facilitating and conducting programs. I was doing it for, so Tony Robbins used to work at a program before it became Tony, at a program called Supercamp, which was an accelerated learning program for kids. I worked at Supercamp too, the Singapore branch of Supercamp, the Singapore franchise of Supercamp. And I did very well there. And I thought, and they invited me back and they were like, oh my God, you're really good. So I started to discover, wait a minute, I have a talent in communication. I have talent in skills. At that point of time, one of the things I saw was that as a copywriter, you could make money. And for a lot of people, writing is not their thing. But writing has always been my thing ever since young. I was very good. So I discovered, wait a minute, so communication, writing, marketing, sharing ideas. I realized, wait, that's something I'm really good at. And the more I do it, the more I discovered, hey, I seem to have some talent, some traction over there. And eventually I decided to take it to launch a variety of products and market a variety of products, make a lot of money. But during that period of time, people always ask us to teach and coach them on marketing. But we always said no. Because one of the things that later on I want to share is focus. During those 3 years when I was promoting Marshall Turbo, 2016, 17, and 18, we made millions of dollars. But during that period of time, we were pitched left, right, center by people wanting us to collaborate with all sorts of other stuff. And we all said no. Because the key is the moment you discover something that works. So John, in life, it's very hard to find things that work. I think people don't realize that. It's very, very hard to find a product that works. It's very hard to find a partner that works. It's very hard to find a particular thing that works. And very often, when people find something that works, the first thing they do, right, is they go, oh, that's cool. They make a bit of money and want to jump the next thing. That's kind of stupid. If you realize that in life, there's so many things, but very few of them will work for you. But the moment you find something that works, right, it's like finding an oil well. You want to drill all the way down. So during those 3 years, we drilled all the way down until Marshall had a heart attack in 2018. And that was when we decided, okay, cool, since everyone kept asking us to teach and coach them on marketing, why don't we do that professionally? And that's what we're doing right now. So I wish it was like I had this idea and this formula, but it's not. You know, the real answer to a lot of these is you just got to try different things. It's a combination between demand, between talent, between people's willingness to pay, and also between what you love and enjoy.
Wow. I love the whole idea about being focused. So can you also share with us what is the X Factor method and how do you came across this method and how do you come up with this framework?
So during those 14 years where I was broke, right, I wanted to learn about great people. And so I volunteered this organization called Success Resources. And I stood at the back, so I didn't have money to pay. But I volunteered with my time and effort. So I stood at the back of virtually every single one, especially in those early years, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? It's all my Facebook profile, right? If you go to the album, you can see. I was there for every one of the National Achievers Congress, Half Ecker, Tony Robbins, Robert Railpel, whatever you can think of, I was there because I wanted to learn. Not that I made any kind of money there, but it just went into my subconscious that I watched people go up there. I watched Half Ecker make $1.4 million in 90 minutes. And I saw some people go up there and completely balk and just be absolute trash. Don't sell $2,000 worth of stuff. I thought to myself, wow, isn't that interesting? Like, why do some people do so well? Some people do average. Some people do so badly. It's like in that 90-minute time frame, I saw someone make about $1,000. I saw someone make 1.4 million. Clearly, it's like the same stage, the same 90 minutes. So apparently something comes out of your mouth and who you are and what you're being can make a difference of up to 1,400 times. 1,000 to 1.4 million. Because I knew it was 1.4 because I was the one swiping cards. I never saw so many people throwing debit credit cards at the sales table for $10,000 per. I thought to myself, what the heck is going on? And I thought at first maybe it was something to do with race, gender, age, right? The older you are, the more successful. Not true. I saw young people do very well. I said maybe males do better than females. Not true. I saw female speakers do exceedingly well. I thought maybe all the white and Western speakers do well. No, I saw Asian people do well. So I said clearly, and it's not because they're, listen, John, I'll just be very frank. It's not because they're super good looking. It's not because of anything else. But you could just tell in your heart when a person walks up in 5 minutes, you know whether they're gonna crush it. You just know. Oh, this guy has that electric like thing. And we see that in sports also, right? I like watching the UFC. So this guy right here, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Right?
Muhammad Ali.
When he went on stage, there was something. There was electrifying. People pay attention. People listen to it. People want to watch his fight. Conor McGregor has it. Habib Nurmagomedov in the UFC has it. Michael Jordan has it. Kobe Bryant has it. Cristiano Ronaldo has it. Messi. And Jay Chou has it. And sometimes Tony Robbins has it. The Rock has it. We realize that all the greatest people in all different fields, they have this magical quality that makes people just want to pay attention. It's like, I want to find out what that guy is doing, right? And some of these people, I wouldn't even say they are the best at their craft. Because a lot of people just say, oh, you're not the best. But no, there's some people, especially in the NBA, in soccer, in singing, in sports, in the UFC also, well, their skills are pretty good. But somehow, and they're really good, but nobody wants to watch them. There's something basic, like people don't feel a connection with them. They're really good. They're like, yeah, he's a good fighter, but I'm not gonna watch his fight. Then there's some people that are not as good. The people are like, yeah, man, I want to watch that guy fight, even though his record, he has like 9 losses, and he's like, yeah, let's watch that guy. So what the heck is going on? And then you read the comment section in YouTube, you start to realize people say, oh man, he's so relatable, I like him. Then I concluded it's called an X factor. There's something about the person that makes you want to pay attention. It's not always just skill alone. I think skill helps. But I can tell you some fighters in the UFC that have trash records that people love to watch. In soccer, they call it like cult figure. Cult figure.
Yeah.
Calling it a cult figure, it's not like they're particularly good. But people just like, well, even if it bombs and fucks up, I want to watch it. It's really exciting. So it's kind of interesting. It's really interesting. These people have something special. They have an X factor. And I decided to start thinking to myself, how do you engineer this X factor? What are these people doing? So I want to really study, like what are they putting out about themselves? And I realized there was a combination of things that we can talk about. But the moment we have an X factor, and also in a brand, some brands have an X factor. And there's the one thing that I know you teach guys to do, right? They create a brand. Because if you just they have a product, this is a phone, then we're just like, all right, cool, it's a phone. But then some companies have an X factor. Tesla is an X factor. It's very clear. But it's like sexy, right? If another company did electric vehicles, we wouldn't think it's so sexy. So that's why the quality that people just want to watch.
The intangibles.
Yes, the intangible. So I realize this is just obvious around us where you see it. And there's some people that do very well. And some, even though they have a quality product or even they have substance, they just don't do well. They cannot connect with the audience. I tell you story. When I was doing this for 14 years, how many times did I attend seminars and realize that there were people in the crowd that were brilliant, PhD, doctors, that were really smart, but 0 clients. None, 0. Nobody want to fight them. And then there are people that they might not be as pro, that have had people lined up what they work with them. See, it doesn't make logical sense. We like to think that, hey, it is the best product that always gets the highest amount of customers. It's the best person that always... No, it's not true. It's not true. Because human beings, listen, for everyone, human beings are not logical. Human beings are not rational. Human beings are irrational, emotional. We gravitate towards things that we have, as my mentor Marshall told me, preferential attachment for. Which means I just like this because I like it. Oh, but another thing is better. No, I just like it because I like it. You understand?
Yeah, wow.
So it is what it is, and that's the X factor. If you watching this can find it and express it, then you can attract the kind of people that like you because they just like you. So that's X factor.
So for our audience out there, right, what are some of the tips for them to actually discover their own X factor?
I think it's really a combination of different things. So the first thing I realized is everyone with an X factor, and this is just, let's go through some of the concepts. Now I have a 3-day class, X factor marketing. I probably spent 3 days talking about it. I want to give you some of the things that even I don't even cover at the class. So John, you might learn something new. So I realized one thing, as you dissect people with an X factor and no X factor, right? The ones with X factor universally have one quality, that is authenticity. They, like, you can just feel, right, that they are being themselves.
Sincere.
And then, see, not just sincere, but some of them are not sincere. But if you are insincere, you must be authentically insincere. If you're an asshole, be a complete asshole. But let it be like just who you are, right? Conor McGregor is an asshole, right? That's who he is, right? But then the ones that don't have an X factor, universally people are just like cringe. They are putting up a show. Some of them are putting up a bad boy show. Some of them are putting up a good boy show. But there's something about the person that you can sense is inauthentic. And sooner or later, it is discovered. You got a guy who pretends to be good, that eventually gets arrested, right? You got a guy who pretends to be a bad boy, but you can see through the act. How many times you see in the rap game, for example, I talk a little bit about entertainment. The guy comes up and talks about the hood, and then after you discover actually his parents very rich, and then he grew up in Beverly Hills the whole time. But you can just tell there's inauthentic. There's something fake about it. And then Yeah, there's some things that you can just see when the guy comes up, you know the talk, you know, okay, cool. This guy come on the hood, but there's something authentic about it. So first, right, you gotta be authentic. Now, why are people inauthentic? Because they want to cover something about themselves that they think is not presentable. Right? Whatever it is. Some people feel I grew up in a great, good family. Now to enter this industry is not cool. Right? Some people feel I wasn't very good in the past. I want to cover it up because it's not cool. The moment you cover it up and deny yourself, you forget about expected. No more. Right? If you're for yourself, if you're an introvert, be an introvert. Let people know. If you're an extrovert, be an extrovert. If you swear authentically. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it. Don't pretend. So I think the first key is really authenticity. A brand that finds their authenticity, whether it is something cool or not cool. Some people are just nerds and they embrace it, and it's so lovely. You know, some girls are not the skinniest girls, but they love themselves and they embrace this is who they are. And ironically, they're attractive.
Yeah.
But some girls are beautiful and skinny, but yet they just mask themselves. They just are not comfortable with themselves, and they get nobody. Isn't it funny? We are naturally drawn towards first key, authenticity. Second key is to share what we have to share. Our energy, our vibe, our values, our vision, to share what we have to share in our own unique way, in our own unique personality with the world. Understanding that some people are going to love it, some people are not going to love it. Every great brand with an X Factor understands it. They say, hey, first of all, I'm authentic. Second of all, I'm going to share what I want to share. You see, Ben and Jerry's, they have ice cream, they're an ice cream brand. They have no fucking business talking about politics, gay rights, trans, but they love to do it. They fucking love to do it. They are very socially conscious, right? They are very and it's not inauthentic. They like whatever thing out there, Black Lives Matter, gay rights, whatever it is, they will just talk about it. Now, do you think it's particularly a smart move? Well, it's a piss on conservatives off. Some Republicans comment, hey, you're a fucking ice cream company, you shut the fuck up. Just make it ice cream. And they say, no, this is who we are. Now, you swap that to another company and they just look around and go, ooh, Black Lives Matter now. Ooh, that'll be great for our corporate branding. And then they come out having nothing to do with Black Lives ever, but come out and write on that. And then everyone's like, cringe. Pepsi did it. And he bombed. Pepsi don't give a fuck about black people. You kidding me? Pepsi just sell Coke, sell the soft drinks. Right? But it came out and they're like, oh yeah, civil rights. And they hired this Hollywood overprivileged Hollywood celebrities to try to pretend to be like commoners. People are like, they was so bad. The entire thing had to be taken down. Because it was so bad. They hired Kendall Jenner. Wow. Right? Kendall Jenner, there was a bad campaign. Gillette, I'm not sure if Gillette, because Gillette, here's a funny one. Gillette has always been about selling shavers with sexy models. At the moment, the Hollywood, the Harvey Weinstein thing, they came up, right? They have about Me Too movement. Oh, they went to launch a campaign saying, man, we have to be better. You know, we cannot. Then people are like, hey, fuck you. Like, do you remember like 10 years ago, all your ads all feature men shaving with skimpy clad chicks. Now you come out and say, oh man, we have to be better. You got to be better. You see, the
messaging is inconsistent.
Yes, and it's very clear that you're borrowing this, riding upon it for your own corporate gain. Does it make sense? The moment you do that, you forget about an X Factor. An X Factor comes, first of all, when you're authentic. Second of all, when you know what values you stand for, what vision you want to express. You express it in your own authentic way. You express it in your own personality. I think that's very, very critical, right? So if you believe in certain things, some athletes believe, LeBron James believes very much in education. He believes in Black Lives Matter. He believes in helping the poor where he grew up from, Akron, Cleveland, right? So he's very authentic about that, and people buy into it. Some celebrities don't care about people, but just when it's convenient, they're like, hey, I want to do charity now. And people are like, no, you don't. You just want to have a better reputation. So that kind of thing doesn't work out. So that's the second thing that is really important for having an X Factor. The last thing also is, that I kind of hinted at just now, is understanding that no matter what you do, not everyone's going to like you, right? By the way, Ali also had an X Factor, right? He stood for Muslim rights. He's a boxer that they want to go he didn't approve war. He never go to war. Because he said, hey man, that's not stupid. The Vietnamese have done nothing to us. Why should we go and kill them? Right? So, and then he was famously, I think he was jailed or said some stuff happened to him, but he stood up for his beliefs. He stood up for his beliefs. Muhammad Ali is a Muslim during that period of time. He stood up for his own beliefs, and some people liked it, and some people didn't like it. But they were brave enough to stand up for what they believe, understanding that they will attract the audience that they are meant to attract, and not attract the people that they're not meant to attract, and it won't change the way they express themselves. So I think it's very, 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 very important. Authenticity is the thing that shines through. I know you might have attended church before. And Jesus had an X factor, right? Because Jesus came out and people and he just say what he wants to say, correct? And then people are like, hey man, shut up. And they said, nah, I'm not gonna shut up. They just keep on doing it. And they say, we will kill you. And he's like, well, you can't do. So he attracted people that liked it. And of course, there are some people that don't like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So those are the different elements.
Lovely, awesome. So you also mentioned that during your life, Marshall actually has a great impact in your life, actually turn your life around, right? So I'm just curious, like why do you think that mentor is so important in your journey?
And see, a lot of people tell you it's because of skill sets, wisdom. It's not all that. The real reason is because two things. A mentor gives you safety and security, knowing that you can get there, especially if you've done it before. And second of all, a mentor gives you perspective. I think the wisdom, the skill sets are important. You might be able to get it from a book. They might be able to shortcut your journey. But the real reason is because, watch it. I don't even always call myself a mentor. I call myself a Sherpa. A Sherpa is a person who has made it up and down Mount Everest before.
Yeah.
You have not been to Mount Everest before. I walk up and down Mount Everest all the time. So if you follow me, whatever you want to call me, mentor, coach, don't know, whatever you want to call, you are having the faith that I know what the hell I'm doing because I have done it before. So you go, hey, you know what? I might not know how to climb Mount Everest. If I think I stick with this guy, it's a higher chance.
It's a higher chance, yeah.
Mount Everest, but he has done it 43 times, 50 times, 100 times. So I think I'll stick with this guy. So that's the first key. You find a mentor who has achieved what you want to do before. So I watch the UFC a lot. So Habib is a fighter. He is 29 and I think in the welterweight division. So now he's mentoring or coaching or whatever guys that want to be like him. And he knows that journey. He knows what it is during match day, going for weighing of weight. He knows what it is to be under pressure. He knows what it is to train. So when he talks, right, the guys listen because the guys are like, well, this guy knows what the hell he's talking about. So first of all, they give you that safety and security for knowing that you can reach where you want to be. Number two is perspective. Every single one of us, most of the time, we're thinking in terms of short-term perspective. We're thinking about today, we're thinking about next 2 or 3 years, etc. Right? Short-term perspective brings short-term money and brings small amounts of money. You see, long-term perspective brings long-term money. Because when your perspective is short, so I give an example, marketing. If I have to run some marketing, now over-promise, under-deliver, try to sweep up as much money as possible, is that profitable? The answer is yes, short-term. You see, that all falls apart. Sooner or later, when people catch on and realize, hey man, that's full shit. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? So, however, in the short term, you have a lot of great ideas. A lot of people have a lot of great ideas. Oh, let's just do this. But when you stretch it out, suddenly the good idea becomes a bad idea. Suddenly you go, that's not good. You see, squeezing people hard on a negotiation deal. Short term, very good idea. Long term, when they don't want to deliver and your reputation becomes an ass and nobody wants to deal with you, bad idea. So a mentor comes around with a greater perspective. I've had 14 years perspective and I still study and learn from people with far wider perspective. Right? Sometimes the things they say, I say, I never consider. You see, we are now in our 30s. But some of them are in their 70s. And they consider, hey, have you ever thought about it when you're 40 and 50? I say the answer is no. Until you say that, I've never thought about it. When do I think about it? When I'm 40 and 50. What if I've done the wrong thing? Right? Say, they've been down the road and say, man, have you considered this and this and this? And suddenly you go, oh, I have not. Shit, thanks for pointing it out. Right? So I think those are the two great things that mentor gives. But perspective. They stretch it out longer, further. Right? They understand that some things you do now that you're unaware of can have negative repercussions down the road. And the reason is because they either seen it, experience it, and they go, no, I don't think you should do it now. And you don't have the maturity to see it. But you listen to them, and later down the road, you go, thank God, I listened to that guy. Right? And especially when compared to other people that don't have a mentor. And the next one is, of course, the safety, the security, the faith that, no, hey, you know what? This guy has been there, he has done it. I think can bring me to where I want to be. This is in addition, yes, to all the skill sets, the inspiration, the community, the network, context, blah, 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 that a mentor gives you all in one package. So really, it's not the idea of finding a mentor. It's finding who this person is. Because these people don't come advertise all the time. And, but if you find the right person, it can be one of the most amazing things that you can have. And for me, mentor, Marshall was that person. For me, Bill Allen was and continued to still be that person. So, yeah.
Wow. So you are known to be to actually coach the top 1% of the elites in the industry, right? And you actually work with so many of the top people in the industry. So what actually separates the top performers as well as the people from the industry, like the rest of the people?
I think it is kind of fun. It's hard to put it down to a few factors, but I'll tell you a few things I observe. And I think it's down to wiring. Wiring. Just watch it. Just watch it. I tell two people to do something. Right? We get a call. That's my job. I tell two people to do something. One person, evening, get it done. Another person, 3-4 days later, I check in. Have you done it? Oh yeah, I still be very busy. And I tell a person this idea is good, uncomfortable. 1 hour later, the person, one person does. One person never ever does. Later, I got to repeat the same idea. Why? Why do some people do and some people don't? I have no idea. So that's why, see, I think a lot of people put down this factor. I say, I don't know. I don't know. You cannot tell, right? But you can observe that some people just want it more. They just are willing to do the uncomfortable. I just got quite gangster. I don't want to say it. Like, you tell them that they just like, okay, fuck it. Even though it's uncomfortable, I'll do it.
Action takers.
We have a mutual friend called Benjamin Tan. Benjamin, who I coach, is like one of the fastest. I remember talking to him in the afternoon. The evening, he can reply already. I said, I don't even know how the hell he thought the ideas we talk about in the afternoon. He said, hey, this evening at 7 p.m. I have a presentation. And I'm talking him at 3 p.m. 4 hours later, he did everything already. They say, hey man, your stuff works. I said, oh, holy shit. I said, I think I would expect him to do it the next day. Right? Or maybe the next week. Or they did, like, straight away. And then some people I teach and help, they like never do it. Why, John? Why? I just observe. I find the elites are the ones that find a way to do it, and that's why in our recent mastermind we had a cup.
I love that cup.
Winners find a way.
Find a way.
Notice I never say which way, but they find a way. And then some people they have no way. They never do anything. Why, John? Why? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea why some people just want it more. Why some people just show up earlier and just do more. I have no idea. But I just noticed that this happens to be the statistic.
You notice this pattern.
Yes,
but I realize that the people that actually take action are also the people that understand their purpose in life. They know the why.
It could be purpose. It could be drive. It could be competitiveness. It could be a relationship with fear. The fact that they have feel the fear and do it. Or they just don't give a fuck. They're just okay, what's the worst that will happen? But they have something that goes on in their head where other people have a voice that comes up and says, don't do it. They have a voice that comes and says, why not? So I just noticed that some of them have purpose. Okay, some of them are not very vocal about their purpose. But I can tell you that university, and I think that's what special forces filters for. And I like to consider X Factor the special forces of marketing and business and life growth for speakers, marketers, and professional salespeople. Because we do filter pretty hard, and I look for those stats, right? Yeah. I've been speaking about Navy SEALs recently, and they say the same thing. You never know. This is the interesting thing. So I spoke to a few Navy SEALs. I'm actually part of Navy SEAL coaching. Yeah. And I spoke to a guy called Jake Zwick. Jake Zwick is a former Navy SEAL, and also he has taught college football and a whole bunch of other things. So I spoke to him, I think last week. Yeah, definitely last week. And I went to ask him, I said, how do you know if a person's going to pass Navy SEAL? He said, you never know who's going to pass, but you know who's going to quit. Very funny.
Well, that's a very interesting perspective.
That is an interesting perspective. He said, you confirm know who's going to quit. He said, you look into a person's eyes, or you just look at the way they behave. You know who are the quitters. He said, when you do this long enough, you never know who's going to pass, because some people just have it inside them. They start out at Navy SEAL boot camp, and you got these guys who are dead bloody buff, right? National athlete, etc. First week, all quit. Then you got this guy that you look at, you're like, he's not very muscular. He has that. Why? You don't know. But he said, I can tell who are the ones that are going to quit. We can tell very soon who are the ones that are going to quit. And it linked to your point. Maybe some of them do have a stronger reason why. Maybe some of them just are made different. They are just made different. And it is what it is. So I love to study this. There is not one unifying factor. Some of them grew up privileged, but found a way. Some of them grew up very poor, find a way. But I think we all need to tap into that inner winner within us, and maybe that can be a module that I will cover. I
think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but because we like to think that people have mental toughness because they grew up in abject and poor conditions, and it's true, some of them do. But if that's true, that everybody who's poor should be very successful, but it's not true. A lot of people grow up poor, remain poor. So why do some do that? Some do and some don't. I don't know. But I can just tell you, this is what I was.
Awesome. So last question I would like to ask, right? What is one advice would you give to your younger self? Like maybe the Melvin 10 years ago. What is one advice that you would give?
Find a mentor faster.
Find a mentor faster.
That's the only advice. Find know how to find a mentor and be relentless about finding a mentor. That's all. That's
so
the advice.
How do you determine whether this mentor is the right mentor for you?
That's why find a way to determine the right mentor and then find a mentor fast. Without doubt, I took too long. And for everyone watching, don't please. You might be inspired by my 7 or 8 years story. Oh my god, he starved for 7 years. It's fucking needless. It could have been just 1 year, right? Think about it. There's some guys in X Factor right now, 21, 22, 25, 26. They're making the kind of money that I dreamt about making for those 7 years. So that was stupid. Why would I choose to do that? Right? We know a guy called Darius. He's 21 years old. He joined X Factor. He went from $500 to what, 30,000? I could have been Darius, but I just didn't. It took me 7 years. So please, if you're watching this, don't be an idiot. If you're in e-commerce, find John. Have him teach you. No, why would you choose to do it? Just
Awesome. All right. So thank you so much for your time, Melvin. All right. For those of you that are interested to follow Melvin and you are interested to know more about X Factor marketing, I will actually put the link below. All right. You can actually connect with Melvin, all right, or even his partner Josiah. All right. So every week we'll be launching new interviews with experts like this, and I hope that if you guys are interested in videos like this, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you, Melvin.
Peace out, guys.
All right. Bye.